Please watch the video until the end to get the full scope of this topic. After watching, let us know what you think. Introducing the Millennium, 1,000 years of peace. The Bible speaks of a special time called the millennial reign of Christ. This period is said to last for 1,000 years. It takes place after Jesus returns to earth. During this time, Jesus will rule the world with peace and justice. The millennial reign is described in Revelation chapter 20. This passage tells of Satan being bound and thrown into a bottomless pit. With Satan gone, Jesus sets up his kingdom on earth. This is a time of harmony and prosperity. Imagine a world without war, poverty, or sickness. That's the promise of the millennial reign. It's a time when God's will is done on earth, just like it is in heaven. This period is something that many Christians eagerly anticipate. Promises of the millennial reign. The Bible gives us glimpses of the wonderful things that will happen during the millennial reign. Isaiah 11, verses 2 to 4, speaks of justice and righteousness filling the earth. The wolf will live with the lamb, and the lion will lie down with the calf. There will be no more violence or fear. Isaiah 35, verses 5 to 6, speaks of healing and restoration. The blind will see, the deaf will hear, and the lame will walk. Deserts will bloom with flowers. It will be a time of incredible miracles and God's goodness overflowing. This period is not just about physical blessings, though. It's also a time of great spiritual renewal. People will have a deeper understanding of God. They will worship Him with pure hearts. The knowledge of the Lord will cover the earth like the waters cover the sea, as mentioned in Habakkuk 2:14. When does it happen? Different views on the millennium's timing. While most Christians agree on the millennial reign's reality, they have different views on when it will occur. There are three main interpretations: premillennialism, postmillennialism, and amillennialism. Each view interprets the Bible's timeline differently. Premillennialists believe Jesus will return before the millennium. They see the world getting worse before his return. Then, Jesus will establish his kingdom and rule for 1,000 years. Postmillennialists believe the world will gradually improve through the spread of the gospel. They believe this will lead to a golden age that fulfills the millennial promises. After this period, Jesus will return. Amillennialists interpret the millennium symbolically. They believe we are already living in a symbolic millennium. They see Christ reigning from heaven now. The final judgment and eternal state will follow this present age. Premillennialism. Jesus returns before the millennium. Let's explore premillennialism further. This view emphasizes the literal interpretation of Revelation 20. It sees the world's current state as evidence of increasing wickedness before Jesus' return. Premillennialists believe in a future tribulation period. This period will be a time of great difficulty and upheaval. Premillennialists believe that Jesus will return to rescue his people and defeat the Antichrist. After this victory, he will establish his millennial kingdom on earth. This view offers hope and comfort to those who see the world becoming increasingly chaotic. Postmillennialism. The world gets better before Jesus returns. Postmillennialism offers a more optimistic view of history. This view emphasizes the power of the gospel to transform society. Postmillennialists believe the church will be instrumental in spreading the gospel and bringing about positive changes in the world. They see the millennium as a time of peace and prosperity ushered in by the church's efforts. Postmillennialists believe that Jesus will return after this golden age to usher in the eternal state. This view emphasizes the importance of Christian involvement in social justice, evangelism, and cultural transformation. Amillennialism takes a different approach to the millennium. Instead of a literal 1,000-year reign, amillennialists view the millennium symbolically. They believe the number 1,000 represents completeness or fullness in Scripture. Therefore, they see the millennium as the present church age, a time when Christ is reigning from heaven. Amillennialists believe that Satan is currently bound, but his influence is still present in the world. They see the final judgment as the event that will end this present age and usher in the eternal state. They emphasize the spiritual reality of Christ's reign in the hearts of believers today. But what about evil? Addressing challenges to the millennium. One common question about the millennial reign is, if Jesus is ruling, how can there still be evil? This is a valid concern. Even during the millennium, people will still have free will. The Bible suggests there will be pockets of rebellion against Christ's rule. However, Satan will be bound, limiting his ability to influence people. God's power will be more evident, and righteousness will prevail. The millennial reign will be a time of testing and refinement, even amidst peace and blessings. What is the purpose of the millennial reign in God's overarching plan? Ultimately, it points to God's desire for redemption and restoration. The millennium is a glimpse of what the world was always meant to be, a place of harmony, peace, and God's glory revealed. It's a time for God to demonstrate His justice, pour out His blessings, and fulfill His promises to His people. It's a reminder that God is still in control, and His plans will ultimately prevail, no matter how chaotic the world may seem. The millennial reign is not just about punishing evil. It's about healing and restoring what was broken. During this time, the curse of sin will be partially lifted. The earth will experience a time of renewal and abundance. This period will be a time for God to mend broken hearts, heal relationships, and bring wholeness to His creation. It's a picture of God's immense love and compassion for humanity and His desire to see us flourish. The ultimate victory. The millennial reign ultimately points us to the eternal state, where God's presence will be fully realized. It gives us hope that even though we live in a broken world now, a day is coming when everything will be made right. Whether you hold a premillennial, postmillennial, or amillennial view, the millennial reign is a reminder of God's faithfulness, power, and unwavering love for His creation. It's a promise we can cling to, a future we can anticipate, and a hope that guides our steps as we navigate the challenges of the present. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.